Hey folks, welcome back. My name is Krishna. If you're new to the channel, welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about how to create openings, like in the example that you see right here. You can make an opening a straight opening where there's no curved surfaces, or you can make it rounded. Very, very easy to do, and it's an instant way to add depth and dimension to your illustration work. So let's get started here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the simplest example, which is just basically a kind of a square opening, right? And one thing that we can do to help us out here is we can turn on our grid. We can do that by holding on Command single quote, and you'll see a grid. Now, if you're using Photoshop, your grid might look different than what I've got here. So no problem, just go to your settings, go under where it says guides, grids, and slices. If you choose that, you have the ability to change things like the color of the grid, the number of or amount of space between each grid, as well as the type of grid. It could be a solid line, it could be a dashed line, or a dotted line. So that's really up to you. So these are just some of the parameters that I'm using here. You can use them as you wish. I'm going to click OK. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to be able to easily create lines that follow an existing line. So I'm holding down the Shift key. That's a way that you can make straight lines in Photoshop. I'll just complete and make a box like this. And what I want to do next is I want to hit the transform tool, Command T, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose perspective. With that selected, if I drag one of the corners out, I have now a trapezoidal shape. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to hit Command J to make a copy of my existing shape. And I'm going to use the move tool and move this copy up. And the higher I move it up, the thicker the opening will be. So I kind of like this, so I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to trim off the excess and go down to the rectangular marquee tool, select it with Command X, and now I've almost got an opening. I'll just add some vertical lines here, maybe a couple of dots, and you can see very easily that I have a uh, opening of some type. So that's the simplest scenario. And of course, when you're done, you can always turn the grids off by hitting Command single quote once again. So let me just merge those two layers and move it off to the side. Now, what if you want to have a circular opening? Well, that's also pretty easy to do. We'll choose the elliptical marquee tool, and I'll make a new layer. I'll go up to where it says Edit. I'll choose Stroke. I'll give it some type of a number. I'm going to stick with 10 pixels. And then you can make the stroke on the inside of the dashed lines here, in the center, or on the outside. Really doesn't matter what you choose for the circle here. I'll stick with the default. I'll click OK. And then what I want to do next is I want to make a copy, Command J, offset the copy like so, and then simply get rid of the excess. So in this case, I'll get rid of all of this and merge those two layers together, and now we have an opening. Now, I'll leave you with a bonus tip here. So you can take this technique and use it for any type of shape, and you'll get some pretty interesting results. To make this look more solid, I can add some areas where I've got some shading. So if I use some black fills here, I'm kind of using a zigzag pattern, and I'm filling this in with the paint bucket tool. Now we have something that appears to have some dimension to it, which is pretty neat. I can do the same thing over here. I can add some vertical hatching lines on either side and then fill in the excess with black. So now I've got both a elliptical opening, and I've got a almost like a square opening. And you can use this to add some visual interest to any of your drawings and just give it a bit more depth and dimension. So if you have any questions about this, please drop it in the comments below. If you've got a tutorial or an idea or something that you're struggling with as an artist that you'd like me to cover in this channel, please drop me a comment and let me know. As always, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a like so more folks can find it. As always, thanks for your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.